You're listening to the Last Man In podcast. Covering Winnipeg hockey and the NHL.
Scheifele dances his way in. Scheifele scores! Blake Wheeler finds the far corner. And the Winnipeg Jets win it in overtime.
Last Man In episode 107, back from the studio. Yeah, this is a studio cam. Don't give me that face.
It is.
It really is. We just don't have microphones or anything professional here at all.
Just our winning attitudes.
It's exactly. And you know who else has a winning attitude? Jimmy Vesey. Because we're going to talk about him and where he ended up. We're going to talk about the Monahan signing and what that means for Johnny Hockey. We're going to talk about the World Cup ads because obviously something had to happen last Wednesday, and that was what happened. Also some other World Cup of hockey stuff and random NHL stuff in our NHL mailbag edition. So let's start with the big news from the week that happened. Jimmy Vesey signs with the New York Rangers. Why?
Hey, Jimmy.
Why not?
Jimmy. The one team I said not to go to.
No, you said Chicago.
We all agreed on Chicago, and then I also said Rangers. We can go back. It's there. It's there.
I'd rather him go to the Rangers than Chicago.
No, I like Chicago.
No.
Why does everyone got to hate for Chicago?
Because they've won
Friend
too
of the
much.
show, Bryan
Don't
Hates
hate them.
Chicago.
Don't hate
Yeah,
them. But when a
it's-
team wins that much, you don't want to see them win anymore.
But here's the thing. He probably hates Chicago because they beat Tampa Bay. in
I
the
should
Stanley
hate
Cup final.
Chicago equally then. Because of the Flyers.
They beat the Flyers. But you weren't a Flyer fan then.
Oh, well.
No, you weren't.
Mm-hmm.
You were more of a Jonathan Taves fan in 2010 than you were a Philadelphia Flyer fan.
False.
That is not false. I know
False.
that for a fact.
Do you have images?
I have proof.
Where's my
Somewhere
proof?
on Facebook.
Yeah?
It is
Find
on Facebook.
Find it.
You
False.
probably get those memories every time on Facebook. And
You
you're
know
like,
what I got?
delete.
You know what I got?
Delete.
Delete. No one gets that reference. You know what I found? A picture of me wearing my Riders shirt, and it was at the start of the season of the year that they won to prove. And it was a memory, and I screenshotted it, and I sent it to a few people, and I'm like, "See, look it. I wasn't a hopper. I was there at the start."
That was-
I
For
was
all of
jacked
our
up.
American listeners.
Oh yeah, that's our. Imagine
That's-
the NFL played by toddlers, and that'd be our.
You know the
Canadian-
reject college team? That's what we have here. All the
Not
players
even
that don't
reject
make it.
College is great.
This is true. College is fun
Okay,
to
not
watch.
that CFL is terrible, but okay.
It's 3 downs instead of
But
4.
put it this way: the guys who don't get drafted in the NFL get drafted in like the first round in the CFL.
exactly.
So there's that. All right, what else are we talking?
No, we'll talk. We're talking Jimmy Vesey.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm not good at this today.
Yeah, you're not. We
My
already
first-
went down with what we were talking about today.
It's true.
Yeah, and you just zoned out, I guess.
Jimmy Vesey made a bad decision.
Dad.
I'm fine with it.
Okay. Now there has been some changeover in New York. Some younger faces have now come in. Are the New York Rangers a better team now than when they entered free agency? Or
No, but
finished the
they
year?
aren't worse.
So they're the same.
I'd say they're about the same. They lost Derek Brassard, who I think is better than Mika Zibanejad. But they've gained 2 younger players that could potentially help them out. They lost Keith Yandel.
Oh man.
What else did they do?
They lost Dan Boyle.
Yeah, but that's.
He's old.
I'd say I think they're
You know
around.
what? I'm with
where
Dan.
they
I
were.
forgot about Yandel. I don't watch Brassard and Zibanejad that much to know, and I can't say. Well, hey, Jimmy Vesey. I mean, Hobie Baker winner, so obviously proven champion, and he's good enough too to crack the Team USA roster for World Juniors. Kyle Connor, you are not.
Now I have a problem with the signing in general. For me, if I'm Jimmy Vesey, I'm thinking, where can I go that it's not necessarily the best chance of winning? Where am I going to have the best career? Because unless he makes another song and dance next time he's a free agent, the goal is when you sign your entry-level deal, you want to be there for a while. Then you're going to sign your next deal, then your next deal, and your next deal. It's going to carry you in. for a long time. You know, there's a very few players that are like the Blake Wheelers and the Jimmy Vessies of the world that hold out on the team that drafts them and then goes somewhere else.
Yeah, basically like flips him off, kicks the door in.
Yeah.
He's on the dog, walks away.
Easy.
Exactly.
Wheeler didn't hold on the Coyotes. The Coyotes didn't want to sign him.
That's not what I was
No.
told.
I
No,
believe
that's
I believe
what I read.
I believe from what I've heard is that Blake Wheeler did not go play a game for the Phoenix Coyotes when they were Phoenix Coyotes, and instead got signed by the Boston Bruins. Don't know how it happened. Don't know.
I heard he showed up at Don Maloney.
He probably wasn't the GM at the time.
Thanksgiving dinner, took the turkey and walked, and then pretended to trip, threw it on the driveway, and walked away. That's what I heard Blake Wheeler did.
You know
Have
who
it
was
on
at the
pretty
kids?
good authority.
You
That
know who?
happened.
You know who was at the kids' table during that event? John Chayka. Everyone 12 and under over here. Blake Wheeler, 22-year-old.
Still 6'5",
Yeah.
goofy as ever, looking like Big Bird. walking
Nonetheless, it doesn't make sense to me because New York's window, let's be honest, is 2 years. Like, they might have 2 years. They've got Henrik Lundqvist in his...
around. You giving them years?
I'm giving them years.
They're past last year. It
Okay.
was 3 years ago. That's when they should have won.
I mentioned this on Twitter. If you want to follow me, the Peddler19.
Nice.
Shameless plug. It's fine.
Can't find that on our Twitter pages, so perfect.
Can't find it?
Yes, you can. Excuse me. Yeah.
Nonetheless, it's still there.
It's there.
Shameless plug.
Okay.
But I mentioned this is like if Jimmy Vesey signed with the 2012 Vancouver Canucks. Were they a good team? Sure. Were they anything spectacular? Not really. Like their window to win was closing very quickly, and that's what's happening with the New York Rangers right now. Their window, their core is only getting older. They went all in to get Yandel and gave up Anthony Duclair. They went all in, they got Dan Boyle, another old defenseman. They went out and got Eric Stahl, which I actually thought was a very good deal. And then Eric Stahl's now with Minnesota Wild. But just from what I've seen from New York, especially with Henrik Lundqvist just getting up there in age, I don't know where this team is going to be this year. Especially considering that you look at Pittsburgh, I don't know who's going to beat them. Philadelphia's getting better. New Jersey's making moves. And you look at the cores of these teams, they're all younger. Their goaltenders, all younger. And really, we've talked about this before. Where would be a good place for Marc-Andre Fleury to end up? It might be in New York. Because they're going to lose Lundqvist in a couple years.
Oh, right.
So they need somebody to come in because they have nobody after him. So if I'm Jimmy Vesey, I'm thinking, and I'm not mad that he didn't sign with the Leafs, because really when you look at it, where's he going to slot in with that very young lineup where you've got guys like Marner and Matthews, Nylander, Soshnikov, and that's just to name a few. There's like Zach Hyman and Josh Levo, and there's plenty of guys on the Leafs that might not have been a good fit for Vesey. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing he signed with New York. I just don't know the reasoning behind it for him. Like why he felt that was the best place to play.
But you also pointed out, we were talking on the weekend about this, that say if this doesn't pan out in terms of his hockey career, New York's the place to be in general.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to make a lot of contacts in regards to if he wants to have a career there, whether it's like in the media or like just like whatever his career is.
Let's be honest. He's a Harvard graduate. That's something that any kid, any 22-year-old that has that on their resume, most likely you're going to get looked at for the job. And then the fact that you could put hockey player, captain of a hockey team, all the accolades that he has only helps better his career after hockey. He's set up a very strong career after hockey. The question is he going to deliver with his life during hockey? And obviously, I'm not going to shit on the guy. I haven't seen him play a lot. I've seen him play in a very small sample size. So I can't comment if he's going to be a fantastic player or be out of the league in 2 years. But yes, New York is a great place to go if you want to have a life after hockey. Because there's just ample opportunity. One of the guys that comes to mind right away is Sean Avery in his modeling career. As funny as that is, that's what he turned into after.
And then now he's in
play.
Doesn't he have his own clothing line now or something like that?
Something like that. And then I'm sure that's what Henrik Lundqvist is going to do too, because he's a beautiful man.
Oh, he's so beautiful and pretty.
Carl Hagelin missed out on that opportunity when he went to go play for
No, he
Pittsburgh.
didn't. He'll come back.
He'll come back to New York.
He'll go back and have a beautiful modeling career.
Nonetheless, Jimmy Vesey is now a New York Ranger, and we'll just have to put up with it. At least he's now a Chicago Blackhawk.
I'm okay with that. I want him to be a Blackhawk.
Nope. Chicago can't have all the
This
nice
guy,
things.
he was the last person in the world that would have cheered for them in 2010. I'm telling you, 100%.
Who?
Blackhawks.
He cheered for them.
No, 2010, he hated them.
No, he loved
Dan
them.
was here. Like, I know. That's what I'm saying.
2010, he hated them. 2012, loves them.
Okay.
Who did they play in 2012?
13.
2013, they play Boston.
That's
Okay, I googled the Blake Wheeler thing just because I wanted to know more about it. So this is what happened. I don't know if what you guys have heard. When he was drafted, Mike Barnett was the general manager of Phoenix Coyotes. When he finished his college hockey career 4 years later,
What year was it?
2007. Don Maloney was now their GM.
John Chayka would have been 17.
Anyway, so basically the gist of it is, when he finished his career and he was ready to sign a contract with them, it was totally different management than the management that drafted him. They had just drafted Kyle Turris, who they were crazy about, and they basically told Blake Wheeler he was pretty far down the totem pole to them. They'd sign him, they offered him an entry-level contract, but he basically said, they didn't really say I was very high up on their priority list, so he said no.
Oh.
So that's
that puts things in way better perspective.
That's what happened.
Well, and we're obviously not shitting on Blake Wheeler.
No,
but
I know. I was just curious because I never knew
it's
what happened.
shitty for a guy like him. 22-year-old, played his entire college career, then doesn't sign with the team that drafted him, then goes to Boston, gets shitty minutes, got shit on out there.
Whoa, that's because they were in the midst of like being a monster team.
Building towards a monster team. But at the same time, he wasn't anywhere near there. That was a team that just gave up Phil Kessel, and they're like, okay, well, we're not going to put this power forward right winger in Phil Kessel's spot. They just didn't do it. And then they ended up trading him for Boris Kalibik and Rich Peverly.
And they got Stewart.
And they got Mark Stewart and Blake Wheeler.
They won that deal so badly.
I don't think they did. Boris Valibik's pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome.
How many games for the Bruins?
Exactly.
I don't think he ever played for them.
Nonetheless, but I think that his career's only gotten better since he came to Winnipeg. But there's that.
That's a pretty nice perspective to like the Jimmy Vesey situation. Where it's all Vesey doing this to Blake Wheeler, where it was like he didn't do that. Like that was just the way that
Shitty
he
situation.
crumbled. Yeah.
He did say no. Like they offered him a contract, but he
But they
obviously
also
felt like he was very high. He was 4th overall draft pick. He was pretty highly valued by Wayne Gretzky because Wayne Gretzky was there when he got drafted.
Have they even paid off Gretzky yet since then?
I don't know.
Don't they own like 8 some odd mil or something?
Now
They owe everybody money.
does
That's true.
the Vesey situation? Does it feel like the Justin Schultz situation from a few years ago? Not
me,
in
no.
the slightest.
No.
To me, it does.
Yes, it's
'cause they're-
comparable
yeah.
because they did talk about it. But I had mentioned this before too. Is that Jimmy Vesey? Like with Jimmy Vesey, it's been the only story for hockey for up to a month and a half now since the draft.
What was
really.
the contract he signed? How much?
Max rookie contract 2 years because he's over 22. Yeah, coming out of college.
To me, it's a lot like there's been a couple. There's been Justin Schultz. Danny DeKeyser was another one. All these guys that get drafted, all these they play college. They're really good. There's tons of hype, and then they get here in the NHL, and it's like
It's a big jump.
Because
they're
if
not,
they were that good, they would have been here already.
Well, I'm just saying.
Namely, Dylan Larkin.
To me, I'm not getting worked up about it because there's hype, but there's no proof. We'll see.
Yet. Yeah, like I said earlier.
Maybe it'll be good, but maybe it'll be a bust. I don't know.
Like I said earlier, sample size. And really, like Justin Schultz went to pretty terrible team in Edmonton. Wasn't anything spectacular.
He signed that 2-year to get to a show me, prove me contract because he wanted to be a part of that team, and then.
But if he was really as good,
and then is now a Stanley Cup champion.
If he was really as good as they hyped him up to be, though, he would have been the guy that they built their defense around.
What kind of offensive
And he
defenseman?
wasn't.
We've seen Schultz play, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of offensive defenseman takes a wrist shot from the blue line? None.
Not good ones.
Not good ones. Justin Schultz. Where did he play?
Pittsburgh.
No, college.
I have no clue.
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
I think you would be the guy to ask about that, Cam.
I feel like
Moving on.
Yeah.
Winnipeg Jets, it's getting close to the season, so I decided let's have a little bit of fun because it's a slow news day, slow news week. Let's project
a
their
couple months.
It has been.
Let's get real.
Let's project their roster for this season. So I'll let Dan, our resident Winnipeg Jets
expert,
expert, go.
get those papers right.
Yeah.
I just crumpled it. Anyways.
Okay,
All right.
we already know the first line.
No, I've changed my mind in the first line.
No.
Okay.
Yep.
Nope.
Goddamn
Surprise.
right I did.
Guys,
on.
it's Adam Lowry, Kyle Connor, Jack Roslovic. But
Hey!
yeah,
Of course.
Whoa, Thunder
Just
Stealer. That was my line.
I think why not? Why not go Wheeler, Scheifele, Line? Why not start it and see what it does? Give me a reason why you wouldn't.
Wheeler,
Because
Scheifele,
they already have chemistry with Ehlers.
Yeah, but so what?
Oh, I have to say this on the podcast. Andrew, correct me again. Special events jersey is the word we were looking for. Special event jersey.
That's what it's called?
That's what it's called.
What
He made a point of going. No, we were saying, "Oh, it's a special jersey." All this, like for the past two episodes.
So it's not
Andrew,
special event
So
jersey.
it's not an alternate jersey.
no, it is a special event jersey. They're only allowed to wear it 3 times.
So
we know the rules.
So next year it'll be an alternate jersey.
If they turn it
Potential.
into that, yes. But as of next year, special event jersey.
Okay.
Anyways, okay, so I'm going to go Line A with Scheifele Wheeler. I mean, maybe it won't be, but
Okay.
Line 2, I'm going to go Little in the middle, Ehlers and Stafford on the wings. Line 3, I don't know who's going to play center because they're all centermen, but Matthew Perreault, Sean Matthias, and Nick Patan. Some combination of those 3 guys.
Forgot they got Matthias.
Yeah, continue.
Okay.
And then for Line 4, I got 2 guys for sure that'll be there. Lowry in the middle. I think Armia will be on the wing, and then I've got 6 guys to fight the last 2 spots. Because there's gonna the other winger and the extra forward they have Brandon Tanev, Marco Dano, Chris Thorburn, Quentin Howden, Peluso, and Burmistrov. Those are the guys.
I forgot about all of these guys.
I'm saying.
Man, I gotta get my Moose. I want to get a Moose mini pack.
So if I had to pick
Gotta get in on
two,
that.
I'd say
You also forgot Andrew Copp.
yeah. It's,
Oh no!
but he's a centerman. I don't see him slotting in the middle on the 4th line.
No, just saying that.
Yeah, he's a Moose boy.
Okay.
I don't know. Pick 2. I'll go Tanev and Thorburn.
Did you? Okay, that's fair.
That's the 2 guys.
Tanev and Thorburn. Okay.
Which makes it interesting because Marco Dano, Burmistrov, are those guys going to the AHL? Are they go in trade? Like,
Burmy can't go to the HL. Isn't he on a one-way?
Well, he can. They just put the
Yeah,
waivers.
just be waivers.
And if someone picks him up,
That'd
big
be a
deal.
shame.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Your defense.
Bufflin Trouba, Myers Enstrom, Stuart Sherratt, and then the extra guy will be whoever they signed this year. I don't remember his name.
They signed a deal.
Brian Straight.
Straight.
Oh,
Yes.
oh yeah.
And then I've got Pavlik and Hutchinson in the goal for now.
Okay. So I'll go Ehlers, Scheifele, Wheeler, first line. Second line, I'm gonna go. What position? Okay, I'll go Perreault, Little, Line.
Oh, I forgot about Kyle Connor.
Woohoo!
Totally forgot about him.
Then
That's okay.
Then-
I think he'll be AHL.
I'm gonna go Stafford. Stafford on one wing, Armia on the other wing, and I'm gonna say Lowry down the middle.
Okay.
Then 4th line of Matthias. I'm just trying to think here. I guess Matthias, Thorburn, and Dano, and then yeah.
So no Patan.
I'm gonna. Here's the thing. Here's the one thing with the Jets is there's going to be injuries, and they signed Matthias for a reason. They still have Thorburn under contract. This is the last year of let's get these guys a little bit of experience. So you'll see games where they plug Patan in, where they probably plug Brendan Lemieux in, where they put guys like Tanev in the lineup just to mix it up and move these guys up and down, get them some NHL experience because they don't get a push deal this year. This still counts. So it doesn't matter how many NHL games they play. So guys like Lepon and Patan, they're going to get a shot, but for guys who have legitimate NHL deals, they're the first ones there. I also wouldn't be surprised if we see parting of the ways with a few of guys like Thorburn or Peluso or Burmistrov to get a 6-7 defenseman, because legitimately I don't look at that bottom pairing D with Stewart and Sherratt being our ace in the hole.
You're going to have to give up a lot more than Thorburn or Peluso
But no,
or Burmistrov to get
I
a 6
know.
or 7 D, though.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah.
To get Brian Straight, you got to give up more than Thorburn.
Well,
Thorburn was garnering 3rd-round picks last year.
Straight's an 8th D. Or I guess he would be the 7th D.
So, and for my defenseman, I'm going to go Trouba, Buff, Enstrom. Enstrom, I still think won't play the entire season for the Jets. I could see him getting traded.
Yeah.
I'll go Enstrom, and then I'll go Myers, of course. I guess Stewart and Sherratt, but I wouldn't mind giving Melchiori a bit more of a shot.
Well, and Morrissey's kind of a question mark, too. He might...
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like, there's so many guys for the bottom 6 that it does it. The fact they got Laine for their forwards changes everything for the next few years. Like they could even part ways with Stafford, and I don't think it hurts the team.
Well, he's up at the end of the year.
I know.
Anyways, so...
If they're not in a position, he's gone.
Well,
and they'll get a draft pick for him.
They aren't going to sign him because they can't protect him anyways.
Yeah.
In the whatever draft, expansion draft. There's honest Kate. I got 1, 2, 3. I've got 8 forwards who are locked. Wheeler, Scheifele, Laine, Ehlers, Little, Stafford, Perreault, and Matthias. Those guys, 100%, I think will be there. Everyone else, I think it's a toss-up.
It is a complete
even
toss-up.
for Lowry, Patan, Armia, they're still going to have to earn it.
Yeah. I think Armia. I think this will be his he'll be damn good this year. But continue. You're going to go Cam?
Well, you know what? I'm more closer to Greg's lineup, but I'm not against. See, I'm with Dan. Like, why not try Laine? So, okay. Well, this is what I'm doing. Just the Manitoba Moose last year.
Okay.
Not good.
No.
Very bad. Were they the worst team in the
But
NHL?
I will also let
close.
you. I'll remind you though. When the Manitoba Moose came into the IHL, for those who don't know, the IHL it was the International Hockey League.
They had one of the best teams in the league: Orlando Solar Bears and Detroit Vipers.
Those are both
Jerseys
true
were
facts.
The Solar Bears?
They're still a team now.
Nice.
but-
Nonetheless, Manitoba Moose were one of the worst teams. They took over the Minnesota Moose. Ugh.
They were bad.
And then they built Manitoba into one of the best teams in the AHL when they transferred over.
Without the Moose, we don't have Jets.
Yeah.
We have to. Jets fans, I know the young kids, I don't fault them. They're like, oh, we've had Jets my whole life. I'm like, screw you, kid.
Go fuck
Punk,
yourself.
get out of here.
Yeah.
Like the
why-
5-year-olds.
Greg, why are you Leaf fan? Because there were no Jets. That's why.
Yeah, like, seriously. I don't believe in ghosts, okay?
Yeah.
They weren't around when I was a kid.
Exactly.
But, so, no, with the Moose,
Yes.
they had a slow build, and then they turned them into, like, a pretty good franchise. Actually, I would say one of the best AHL franchises.
Well,
I would
and
still
it
say
also
still
helped.
is one of them.
It also helped that Vancouver was drafting well at the time, and we're seeing a lot of Vancouver's prospects, Bieksa and Kessler and Hodgson, and those guys come through our system. Corey Schneider, another one. Eddie Lack, another one. There were a lot of... Sorry, I'm just going to say this. We watched Corey Schneider and Eddie Lack play for the Manitoba Moose longer than the Vancouver Canucks watched those goalies play for their actual team.
Oh, they redid. Dude, Corey Schneider
Probably
was
April.
so good.
He was so good.
So good. You know who else was like super underrated? But I still love him? Mighty Mouse, a.k.a. Jordan Schrader. He's so good.
He's a good AHL
Every
player.
time,
Yeah, no, for AHL.
every time I went to go see the Moose play, either him or Hodgson was hurt. They were never both healthy at
Do
the
you
same
remember
time.
when Hodgson came for that playoff run in 2009? Like,
Yeah.
fresh off of, like, junior, he won the gold medal or World Juniors. And everyone's like, oh my God, he's Vancouver's savior. And I'm like, oh, let's see what this kid's got. He was the slowest guy on the ice. He was so slow.
And
he wasn't.
Jaffrey?
And it came out after the fact. Douchebag.
Well, we are, we knew not.
Okay, so your Jets lineup.
I'm
projected.
okay, well, first, I just want to mention, these are the guys being injected. Like,
Put into the lineup.
this will be Moose. Just Moose, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm not... I'll name these guys. I think these guys start on Moose. Patan, Kyle Connor, Brendan Lemieux, Chase DeLeo, Brandon Tanev?
Brandon Tanner.
Brandon Tanev, Quentin Howden.
And you also forgot Jack Roslovic.
No,
If he chooses.
London.
But he signed with the Jets.
True.
But I'm just he can't
So
play
the
AHL.
Moose,
He can. Oh.
the Moose could
No,
have.
no, can he? Damn, I don't know that.
Yeah, he can AHL.
I guess technically,
No,
but
can-
no,
yeah.
they're gonna put him to London.
Okay.
He needs that.
but the
playing
Moose could have quite a turnaround.
time. Oh, they'll have crazy turnaround.
Lots
Okay,
of young guys again.
I guess I'll go down the roster and try and name it here. So top line.
Just while you're
Yeah.
at it, there was something today that Patrice Cormier apparently is going to sign with the Moose, not with the Jets.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
one way contract.
So he can't be called
AHL
up.
deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he'll be captain.
Probably.
Yeah.
How come
No.
he wasn't John Albert?
Albert's still here, isn't
Yeah,
he?
why?
Continue though.
he-
We gotta move the show.
Because he got
on.
called
Gotta
up
move
to
show
the
on.
big
Yeah.
show when he scored a breakaway goal in his first game. So that's
Oh
why.
yeah, right, like Eric O'Dell. Anyways,
Yeah.
okay, I got Shifes, Wheeler, Shifes, Ehlers, Line A Little. I'm gonna put Perot.
Yeah.
And then I'll put Stafford. I'm drawing blank on the whole team now. Stafford, Armia, Lowry,
Okay.
Thorburn. What else is centers? Oh, Matthias. And then I already have Armia on there. Oh, my extra guys, I actually had them circled. I guess so. My guys who are on the brink of like AHL to NHL, I'm going to put Kopp and Dano. Those are my guys. Oh, shit, Peluso too.
Yeah, but they can send him down.
No, I don't want to send Peluso. Okay, Dano
I
will
don't
make...
want to upset Peluso.
No, send him down.
Don't want to
okay.
piss him
Yeah.
off.
Thank you. Burmy too. Okay, Burmy and Peluso stay. Kopp and Dano will be up and down.
Okay.
I don't think it does damage for them to be playing top line minutes in the AHL.
No, definitely.
And it doesn't hurt a guy like Kyle Connor either, who's going to be playing top minutes.
Chase DeLeo near the end of the Moose season looked great because I saw a game at the start of I only went to 4 Moose games, but the first game I saw they didn't look good. No one did. DeLeo looked okay. Last game of the year, or one of the last games of the year, looked great.
That
Every
Moose
time-
Marlies game, I thought DeLeo did stand out to me as
Oh,
probably
yeah.
the strongest
And
guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? He got called up for a couple Jets games, but I think his size is going to work against him. And there's so many guys, I feel like he's one of the guys that's just going to get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, I agree.
Him, Kosmachuk, Lepon, like those guys, I can't see them ever being full-time, at least with the Jets. I can't see those guys ever having a full-time spot. Because you have Kyle Connor, Brendan Lemieux, Nick Patan. Like, these guys haven't even cracked the full-time roster yet.
It's like the Jets
You
went
know?
to the grocery store and just bought out every single spice and every single sauce. All their condiment section just off the chain. Their
Yeah.
spice game off the chain. Everything right now is stocked to the max, except for defensemen. They left out some ketchup and mustard. They got a ton of relish. They forgot the ketchup
Hey,
and
you know
mustard.
what? Their top 4 ain't bad.
I'm
Oh
talking.
no!
I'm
We're not
talking
arguing
prospects.
that.
Bottom 2,
We're talking prospects.
prospects.
Like Kostelek, Morrissey, and
Logan,
Melchiori.
Logan Stanley, Tyler
Logan
Myers
Stanley.
2.0.
Hold on! Whoa! Jamie Oleksiak, they're still waiting for him in Dallas.
Yeah.
Scratch that. Who drafted him?
Dallas.
Vancouver, I thought.
No,
Oh,
Dallas didn't
drafted.
draft Oleksiak. He got traded from somewhere.
Pretty
Did he?
sure Vancouver drafted Jamie Oleksiak.
Did they?
I might
Jenny.
be wrong.
Wait,
I'm
is
on
it
it.
Jenny, his
I'm on it.
sister?
Jamie
Penny.
Oleksiak.
Penny.
Good for her.
V good.
Way to go. 4 medals.
Suck it, America.
Yeah.
She's 16.
Yeah.
We got at least 2 more Olympics out of her.
He was a first-round pick.
Yeah, who drafted him?
I'm on it.
Oh,
I'm on it.
while Dan is searching for that, your defenseman. Same as
Oh.
what we projected?
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Drafted by Dallas.
Oh,
Okay.
shit, my bad.
Yeah,
my
my
bad.
bad
I
as
thought
well.
I got traded.
14th overall, 2011.
Okay. Okay, well, Buff Truba, Myers, Enstrom, that worked great. Bottom pairing, Stewart and,
Trot.
Stewart and Sherratt, spare guy,
Straight.
straight,
Honestly,
Melchiori. I give
The D is just, there's only so much they can really do.
Morrissey
with him
can
right now.
totally use another, not like he's great, but playing another year and being that first guy to be called up won't hurt him.
My
Same with Hellebuck.
Toby,
Well, Hellebuck, it's different.
Toby's gone by the deadline, and Morrissey will take his spot when he goes.
How
That'd be
great.
awesome.
Like, legitimately, we have Comrie and Hellebuck, 2 very highly talented, touted goaltenders. And they're both playing for the Moose. A potential stacked roster up front. They could be a heck of a team to watch this year. Moose droppings will be very interesting this year.
Question.
Lots of moose droppings.
Lots of them.
We might actually watch a game.
Yeah.
Out of all the guys that are UFAs, correct me if I'm wrong, who after the deadline, who's not here? Stafford, Enstrom, Pavlik, and Thorburn, Stewart.
So who's leaving?
Who's left after the deadline?
All depends where the Jets are.
Like who stays the whole year? Well, that's true.
Okay, if the Jets are in the playoffs,
Pavlik is up this year after this year,
yes.
right?
No, he's got a
2
year
more. Yeah, he has 1 more year.
Does he?
I believe so. I think so.
Okay, you can put him in there anyways.
Nonetheless, it all depends where they are and where they're sitting. Wouldn't be surprised if a number one gets hurt, like a Cam Talbot or something like that, with a team that's strong. With the Jets are like, we have Andre Pavlik, $4 million. Yeah,
They pull that trigger.
We'll retain $1 million of it, and you guys can have him. Because the Jets have lots of money to play with.
Do they?
Even if they sign Jacob Trouba for $7 million, they still have an extra $4 million on the table.
Oh.
So if they lose Pavlik, that's 2.9 off their salary cap. They retain $1 million. That's fine. It's not going to hurt them.
Pavlik's done.
He's
Yes,
done?
Here? Yeah.
Okay. So Pavlik, another guy that could go. It all depends where they are in the playoffs. If they are fighting for a playoff spot, chances are none of those guys are gone. If they aren't, Stafford, Thorburn, Stewart, gone. Almost guaranteed.
Stewart gone.
Yeah.
Teams will overpay.
Someone will take him for a playoff run.
Wait,
Well,
his contract's up? I thought he
Okay.
just signed that.
Stewart signed. He signed 2 years ago. He signed for 3 years.
Yeah. Nonetheless, with Mark Stewart, I'm sorry to point at you like
No,
this.
that's fine.
With Mark Stewart, it's like Ryan O'Byrne with the Leafs when they got him from Colorado before they went on their playoff disappointment. Teams will go out there and they will get an extra sixth or seventh or eighth defenseman, because you can carry more guys in the playoffs, right? Like if Philadelphia's in that position, why wouldn't you bring on a veteran guy like Mark Stewart to come play? Because you know he can play Philadelphia style. That was essentially why they got Radko Gudas in the first place.
I got a hard on for Toby if he were to land on the Flyers. I'd be totally okay with that.
So
Expansion draft, guys in their second year are exempt, right?
Yeah,
So Ehlers is exempt.
If you're on a rookie contract, they can't touch you.
basically. Yeah, unless
You
you're a
have to be
UFA.
at the no.
Unless you're a
If
UFA.
you're in the final year of your
Yeah.
rookie contract, they can touch you though. I
really?
think.
I don't know.
Damn it, we went through this too.
We've talked about this. Nonetheless, we got to move on from this because I didn't want this to take up the majority of the show because we have fans that cheer for teams like the Flames. So Flames fans, be happy. Sean Monahan signed 7 years, $6.375 per. Cam, what does this mean for Johnny Gaudreau and the Calgary Flames?
The Philadelphia Flyers. What does that mean?
It means he
Great.
does not want less than $6.3 million a year. That's what it means.
No. Okay. I mean, that's a fair statement.
I think he's the better of the two players.
When I read this, hold on. See, I talked to Greg about this over the weekend. I guess I should have saved it. But Sean Monahan, he's your top line center. He can play wing. Gaudreau can't play center. He's a winger. This means Gaudreau, to me, when I saw this contract, not getting less than 5.5, not getting more than 6.5. I'd probably, if it were me and I saw this contract, if I'm Johnny Gaudreau, I'm not taking less than 5.85. I'm going for 6. If the Flames sign him, I could see 5.75 for 6 years or 7 years.
If I'm Gaudreau, I'm saying I want 6.3. He had 78 points this year.
Yeah, no, they could do that too.
I'm
That's
just
what
saying, from his perspective, why take less?
Do a Taves Kane deal.
Yeah.
Just saying. I'm okay with that.
Not
too.
saying he's worth more, but why settle for less? I don't know.
And,
I mean, I'm not a Flames fan. Doesn't bother me too much. But.
To play devil's advocate, friend of the show, Damien Cox, mentioned, not real friend of the show, but I was watching some primetime radio the other day. I was at home sick, and they were talking about this deal. And one of the things that Damien Cox pointed out is he said maybe this is the deal that shows that Monahan's ready to commit to the Flames, and Gaudreau just doesn't want to make that commitment. Maybe he doesn't like playing in Calgary. He was playing devil's advocate, saying maybe Johnny Hockey doesn't want to stay in Calgary. Maybe he wants to go play for a team that's better.
Is he American?
Yes.
Yeah.
And wants to play for a more of a contender. Maybe
Wait,
go
is
home
he
and
from
play
around Jersey or like Philly, somewhere around there?
somewhere. I don't really know where he's from. Maybe he wants to go play closer to home, right? It wouldn't be shocking if he took a bridge deal, because maybe that's more what he wants. He wants to get closer to his UFA years so he could move on to play in the East Coast and do kind of a Jimmy Vesey thing where it is his choice. Because right now, he has no power to say where he goes, unless they trade him. But like Dan said, I think the number has to be what Monahan is making. If I'm Johnny Gaudreau, you're going to sign your number one center for this much money. I want to make at least $6 million, because I think, like, legitimately a few years ago we were talking about top line centers. Anze Kopitar now. Back in the day it was Eric Stahl. Those guys were the quintessential. You need these guys on your team. You know, John Tavares now would be one of those guys. Where you pay them more money now, and you pay them a lot of money to play, because it's so much harder to find a number one center than it is to find a number one winger. So if he gets less than 6.3, I wouldn't be surprised. But if I'm Johnny Gaudreau, I start at 6.3 and you meet somewhere in the middle.
While saying that, you brought up a great point about you needed those guys on your team. I thought now it's kind of changed how there's certain, like, just players to a team where you need those guys. And so take away Johnny Gaudreau, that's a lot of offense gone.
Yeah.
Generated in everything. From the Flames, they're not great at money puck. And money puck, not good.
Food for thought, too. If you're Gaudreau and you say Monahan got the deal he got, if in your mind you say, I'm the best player on this team, take a bridge contract and prove that you're worth even more than 6.3.
And make 8. Yeah. Here's the other thing.
There's always that side of it, too.
It could end up like the scenario like the Ducks are in right now, where Getzlaf is the number one center of that team, and he has been for a lot of years. But he makes less money than Corey Perry. Why? Because Corey Perry scores more than Ryan Getzlaf does. He gets it done more. And maybe that's what Johnny Gaudreau can use to his advantage. So I'm not going to buy into the fact that he doesn't want to be a Calgary Flame, but there's still work left to be done for this deal to go through with Johnny Gaudreau.
And when guys hold out, the first thing that always comes up, they don't want to play there.
Yeah, and it could just be they're on two different terms. Maybe Johnny wants to be there for 8 years, and Calgary only wants to commit 6. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe
you can't sign half-year deals.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind, Stamkos, for a year. No, he doesn't want to be there, he's gone. He doesn't want to be there, he's gone.
Him and Steve Yzerman don't have a good relationship.
2 days before he's supposed to be gone.
2 days, what is it, like an hour before? Like,
So-
that sucked.
And I'm
Just
pretty
because
sure
they're holding out doesn't mean they don't want to be there. They're professionals, and a lot of it's dictated by the agent, not
And it's
not,
the
not
little
the
things,
player.
too.
And the agent,
Yeah.
the agent's job is to get the player the best contract they can. And if the certain agent wants to push it and drag it out,
he can do it.
they can do it.
And that's the big thing here is I want to see where Johnny Hockey ends up. I think Calgary needs him. I think he'd be great in that city for years to come. You know, you can have almost like a Getzlaf Perry thing where you have a Monahan Gaudreau thing. It'd be really cool to have.
And you know what's fun about that, too? Is that ever since the emergence of Monahan and Gaudreau, we kind of forgot about their other their other higher draft pick than those two.
Sam Bennett. But granted, he was injured for a full season, and
But
he is
still,
younger.
like, I remember when Sam Bennett, like, in
Was
the
the
playoffs, did a little bit good, and they're like, oh, well, maybe he's making one of these guys expendable. It's like, why? It's like that Taco Bell girl, or like the Odo Paso. Why not both? Like, why not just have all of them?
All of it. Now to move on, I don't know how Gaudreau feels about this, but World Cup hockey jerseys have ads on them. SAP bought the space on the shoulders of every team. So
What is SAP?
Don't know. They're an American company, I believe, because
It's a like liquidy substance that comes out of the tree.
yeah, almost like syrup. No, but SAP is some sort of company. I don't know what they are, and I think it's San Jose's arena is the SAP Center.
The SAP
I don't know what SAP is.
Center.
That's why they were sold out. They can't leave. They're stuck.
They're stuck.
They're stuck in the goo.
It's so sticky. Nonetheless,
SAP is a German software company.
perfect.
Not American company. You
Nope.
said American.
German-American. We could have.
German-American.
Hey, guys, if Hitler wasn't stopped in World War II, we'd all be German now. We'd all be part German.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
I think we're all well aware of this.
We all know what happens when Greg starts going on
Here we
controversial
go.
subjects.
Nope.
So let's just
Dan
Not
and
going
Greg,
there.
Dan,
So
go
ads.
quiet.
Ads. What? Have you seen the jerseys with ads on them?
yeah.
Have you?
Doesn't affect me at all.
It's barely
I'm fine.
noticeable in my
Yep.
opinion. I mean,
Now, one thing that
it's not a big stripe across the abdomen part.
It's not the-
like the KHL ones.
Yeah, it's not the jerseys where it's like, wait, where's the logo? Like, I don't want jerseys to be that.
The Washington Subarus. Oh, Capitals. Oh, got it.
There it is, top left corner. I see it.
Now, one of the things, and I'm going to equate this because we all know it, we all see it all the time, is CFL. All the jerseys have ad space on them.
All
And
the
it's-
AHL jerseys have ad space, and they've had them for years.
The
No
Moose-
one says anything about
I
it.
totally forgot about it. Toyota.
The Moose have a BP Boston Pizza logo.
The Moose back in the day had Toyota for a lot of years.
Yeah,
So
they had both for a while too.
it's one of those things that I don't think people, once it's there, people don't talk about it. Like,
Well, because people thought it was going to be literally like no logo or no ads to Europe right away. It's like the NHL won't let it get to that point for a real long time.
well, here's the thing too, is like, I'm okay if the ads are done in this way. Like, obviously, I think shoulder crests are something that have come in more recently on jerseys, where that's more of a sacred thing for
I'd
teams.
rather have the SAP logo on the shoulders than Calgary's. Like, I get they're from Alberta, but that blue on that red
Oh, yeah.
looks awful. Just terrible.
But if they do it like, so you have your C on one side, and then you have your letters on one side, then on the other side you have whatever company decides to put the money forward.
Apple.
Yeah, but they're not known to normally advertise. So
Okay.
like Great West Life or
There you go, perfect.
Investors Group or
I'm-
Coca-Cola or
Our
Pepsi.
podcast.
Last Man In
We
podcast.
could be
Yeah.
on the
Let's
Jets.
sponsor
jerseys.
the Jets.
Okay, how much is
Then
this
we
gonna
have to-
cost? Carry the one, follow the two, at least $5 a jersey.
Probably $100,000. And here's
Guys,
the other
I
thing.
got 6 figures in the bank.
And fans,
Let's do it.
Here's
including the decimal.
Yes.
perfect. And I like it. So, fans, the number one issue a lot of people had is they're like, well, I don't want to buy a jersey if it's going to be riddled with ads on it. Last time I checked, and I actually remember this myself, I recently bought a brand new Winnipeg Blue Bomber jersey, the CFL team here. There's no ads on that jersey. I was a little upset that my jersey did not look like what the ones players wear, with the Investors Group and the CN on it.
You know what's great about that? Did you go back to the store and ask?
No.
You have to pay to put those patches on the jersey.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
You have to pay to advertise? That's weird. That's weird.
That's the thing, though. Is like maybe
You have to
some
pay to advertise
people
for somebody else.
Yeah, no,
maybe-
that's what I'm getting at.
with these patches is you don't really realize you're walking advertisement. You just want to wear what the players are wearing. You want to feel like a real fan, and I'm okay with that because we all.
I'm literally like, you're wearing a Puma hat. I'm wearing a New Era hat, and I'm wearing it backwards, so the CFL logo is showing. My logo on my bottom right short is Under Armour.
we all.
Dan, I can see the company on the back of his hat.
I can see the WWE logo on his shirt.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
So
Like,
it's
everywhere.
everywhere.
It's brand
So
establishment.
I don't think it's an issue. As long as they're done tastefully like this, I have no issue with it. Once they start getting Europe level, that's bad. If they start selling ad space on helmets, there's already ad space on there. But you know what helmet Jonathan Toews wears. You know what company he's with because it says it on his helmet.
Bauer.
There's already ads in hockey.
Yeah.
And you'll talk to some purists and some guys who are old school, and they're like, I remember when they put ads on the boards. They've been there for years now. We've all lived with it. The next generation will live with
The ads
jerseys.
help me order food.
Exactly.
Like, I've literally been sitting there before and be like, hey, next logo I see, that's a company I'm ordering pizza from, and it was Pizza. I'm like, there's 222, never mind.
And the other thing, just to put, there's lots more ad stuff that's going to happen in World Cup of Hockey. There's a lot of, more or less what the World Cup of Hockey is a pilot system for the NHL to test a lot of their new things. So whether it's ads on jerseys or even these hologram kind of ads where it's more like so they can just sell more ad space. So it's
Oh,
gonna be like
the floating ones.
Yeah.
They already have those.
They have those
The
in
Jets
some
don't,
places.
but Calgary does. It's
What
awesome.
are those?
It's cool.
The ones,
So
okay,
like
you know the
they'll
ones that are
plaster
super
them on
bright?
the.
No, they're
Oh,
electronic
yeah.
ones.
No,
Oh.
they mean like they're floating in the sense that
On the
when you're
boards.
watching, they'll just be there on the on the
Oh,
glass.
like on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like the Rangers used to have done that for years, like 5-10 years, where behind the goalie on the glass they'll have
Yeah.
an ad
Yeah.
on TV.
Yeah.
not-
And then, I thought you meant on the boards where
No.
it's like
Digital.
It's a LED one.
Yeah.
I like those ones. Those are sweet.
You know what, guy? Like,
Or you go
here's
to
the thing.
Florida and you can watch the game through a cardboard plywood sheet.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. Here's the thing: is a couple episodes ago we talked about a pending lockout happening. If ads on jerseys, tastefully done, leads to no lockout, I'm happy with it. And for those who don't remember, anytime you buy a jersey right now in the NHL, you show the Reebok logo every single time, and you show the NHL logo and your team's logo. You are a walking advertisement. Does not matter what you do, whatever you buy, you are already an advertisement.
Guys, I'm nervous for when Adidas takes over, I'm nervous.
For those 3 stripes?
I saw the World Cup jerseys in person. Not that nice. Like Canada,
North America one's nice.
The Canada ones are.
I don't like the Canada flag.
I'm digging the Canada one.
See,
I don't like the Canada
see it
flag.
in person. There's
I
so much
dig
going
it.
on. There's so many stripes and different patterns.
It's not okay.
It's
Well,
too
like
much.
we have like versions of them here. Like the USA one. See, the 3 stripes is underneath the arms, but the Canada one, I thought they hit it out of the park.
I'm sorry. My favorite still is the North America one, and that's the cup I got today from 7-Eleven. Drink Slurpees. They'll give you diabetes.
They're delicious and
They're
refreshing.
They're great.
And mine's all out of flavor right now. It's just ice. I'm very disappointed. But
Go get a refill on your way home.
I like the jersey. It's black with that tint of orange. And yes, you're right. There is a lot of patterns and stuff. I think that's just to be done. They did it with Olympic jerseys. They normally do this for these special events. When it comes to a jersey as proud as a Montreal Canadiens jersey, trust me, they're not going to fuck with tradition. They're going to make it pretty much the same style as every other jersey.
So what you're telling me is Las Vegas is jersey. They're going to be the Las Vegas Adidas
Las Vegas Adidas.
because they don't have tradition.
But
Yet.
same with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like, they just changed their jersey this year. There's no way there's going to be a drastic change for it, right?
I'm still totally fine, honestly, with a logo, a big ad underneath the numbers by the butt. I don't care. As long as the name bars there and the numbers there, I know I'm good. See, remember 3-4 years ago when they finally decided to put the numbers on the front of the helmet, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, I don't like it." The reason they did that was to actually help the broadcasters because they didn't always know who exactly they were. Because there's players like Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin. They literally use the exact same everything. They wear the same skates. They use the same stick. They use the same glove and helmet. You can't
Except
tell them
one's
apart.
right-handed, one's left-handed.
Well, yeah, but obviously, for sure.
But no, but
that's a glaring omission. Yes, I should have thought of that.
Nonetheless, with that, I don't see, like, and I was one of those people who was the same way as those guys. Why are they putting numbers on the front of the helmets? You don't notice it now. You don't hear people complaining about it. All these... One of my favorite guys to read, I've always talked about him, is Down Goes Brown on Twitter. His articles are hilarious because he views arguments from both sides. The sides of, are we for it or are we against it? And normally it's the against it side that's always like, I don't like this thing. And then for is like, well, why? What does it change? It's just stupid. Well, do you remember the time they did this? Well, yeah. Do you care now? No. So then why do you care now? So that's the thing.
It's not going to change the skill or the level of play. You're going to still go and watch hockey.
Yeah.
You're really going to back in the day, they didn't even have the C's on the jerseys. I'm sure there were people back in the day like, 1910.
You know what?
Oh, now they want to let us know they're captain.
You know the generation we live in. You got to complain about something.
This is true.
Yeah.
Nonetheless,
Right?
ads I'm okay with. More World Cup hockey stuff. Finland's captain, Mikko Koivu. Sweden's captain, Henrik Zetterberg. USA's captain, Joe Pavelski. So, what I want to do now is go through the other teams and predict who their captains are going to be. First, we'll start with Russia.
Ovechkin.
Ovechkin?
No.
Yeah, Ovechkin.
I'm sorry.
Is Kovalchuk on the team?
Yes.
Oh.
Actually, yeah, I think it is, yeah.
Is he?
Because
I
he's
think
almost
so.
he's more
You
of
know
an
what? He's-
international presence for.
And he's more not respected, but in Russia, like there's a
They love him.
reason there's a reason Malkin wears 11 when Kovalchuk is on the team.
Yeah.
Okay, are you gonna switch or I'm gonna switch?
I'll say Ovechkin.
I'll
go
stick to I'll switch to Kovi then.
I'll be Ovi as well.
Okay.
Europe. I'm going with Marian Hossa.
I don't
That's
even
my
know
pick.
who else is on
Who's
the
on the
team.
team?
Is Chara on the team?
Kopitar.
No, because he's Czech Republic.
Is Kopitar on the team?
right.
No, yeah.
Slovenia.
Kopitar is on the team, yes.
Kopitar.
Kopitar.
Who's a big defenseman on that team? Strite. I'll take Mark Strite.
Okay.
Straight out of Compton.
Czech Republic. Chara?
Chara.
Chara.
Ooh, Krejci's a good pick too, though. I'll go Chara.
Who's? Yeah.
Czech Republic, I'm going... is Yarka there? No, he's not.
I don't know.
I don't think Yager's there.
We should know this.
We should.
But then again, we didn't make it a point to make it a big deal. We'll be talking about World Cup when it comes around, clearly.
Exactly, and I think that I'm getting more excited about it for some reason. I'm like, it's just the fact that we have NHL level hockey back. Because, I don't know if you guys saw the tweet from Max Talbot. He signed in Russia with Lokomotiv. 4 days and 23-hour bus ride from, I think, Lokomotiv all the way to China where their first game is played.
Why don't they fly?
Too much money.
What?
It's cheaper for them to take the bus. Gas is not expensive in Russia. Like, they're oils, right? Oil rich out there. That's at least the way I see it.
Go, Dan.
Thomas Plekanec is my pick for Czech Republic captain.
Czech Republic? Mine's Chara.
Okay, then I'll go Krejci if you're gonna go.
Right, Chara's Czech Republican. He's not Slovakian.
He's
He's
no,
Slovakian.
he's not on the team.
Oh, okay.
Name the team,
Chara's on Europe then.
Name the team.
Chara is my pick
Name
on
the
Team
team
Europe.
for Czech Republic. Name a few big guys.
Plekanec, Krejci.
I dropped the ball.
Michael Frolik, Martin Hansel, Aleš Hemsky, Thomas Hurdle, David Krejci, Milan Mahalik.
I'll go Krejci. Who'd you take?
Andre Palat, Thomas Plekanec, Voracek.
Shit! Nah, he's not.
Dan
Krejci.
picked Plekanec.
I'll go Krejci.
You'll go Krejci.
Voracek's gonna have a letter for sure.
You know what? I'm gonna go. Who's our number one defenseman?
Oh no!
That's a tough question.
You know who it is. You know who it is. Yeah, baby.
Zbynek Mahalik's probably.
No. Hold on.
Greg Louganis fucking sucks. He's the worst fucking hockey player in the face of the
Not
fucking
Brad
planet.
Yeah,
Kokinas.
goddamn right. That's my captain pick.
Roman Polak. I would take Roman Polak over him.
Okay.
Goodness. Oh yeah.
I think within all the shuffle, I'll just go with Plekanec.
Oh goodness.
U23.
U23. Oh, is it a question? McDavid.
Who do you pick?
No hesitation. It's Connor McDavid. Hold on. Here, let's preface this. Have you seen any other
look it
under
up.
23 wear that jersey yet?
This is true.
I've seen one other one, but that's because I looked for it. It was Ghost.
I gotta look it up. You guys discuss.
It's Connor McDavid. There's
Here's
no
the question. Here's my statement.
Yeah?
Why not Mark Scheifele? If and
He
only
would have
if.
been in pictures.
But he was too busy doing Jets pressers.
The NHL is trying to market Connor McDavid to be the next best thing. You know it's McDavid.
Yeah.
There's no other.
It's so true.
Okay, this is
right.
a question. Anyone but McDavid? Your big Scheifele?
I might pick Scheifele.
I don't like the arrogant, weird... No, not the smugness of Jack Eichel, so I'm not taking him. I'll go...
Morgan Riley would be a good pick.
That'd be a great pick.
I'm picking Morgan Riley.
Okay,
Fuck
I'll
Mark
go
Scheifele.
I'm going Aaron Ekblad.
Oh!
It's a great pick.
Or Nathan,
And why?
Nathan McKinnon could
Oh!
be too.
No,
Or
but why wouldn't you pick?
Wow!
Brandon Sods.
They keep naming better guys.
Why?
Oh,
Here's
no,
the
they're
thing.
real
They're
good.
just,
Why not
they're just
go-
older, more experienced guys.
Why not go Aaron Ekblad for the sole reason of you can market it to Florida? Hey, your captain's now the captain of the U23 team. All the games are on ESPN, so it does not. Every Florida person resident has ESPN for the most part, so they can all watch it and they can watch their captain play. I think Ekblad's a good choice. I'm sticking with Morgan Riley because 100th season, Toronto Maple Leafs, center of the hockey world.
They didn't get
terrible for
anything
years.
else. They didn't get anything else,
Yeah.
which is
Give them
something.
captain of
Okay.
this team.
Okay.
And then last but certainly not least, Canada.
Crosby.
Dan picked Crosby.
Tough one.
Who are you gonna pick? Taves, maybe?
Well, that's the guy in my head. Or,
Bergeron.
oh, he's pretty good ambassador.
It's obviously going to... So anyone but Crosby or Taves, who do you pick? Because those are the two most logical picks. Outside of Crosby and Taves, who do you pick?
Bergeron. Who said Bergeron?
I said Bergeron. But I'm not going to take Bergeron.
Who's on the team?
Who's on D? Name D.
Doughty, Weber.
I'll go Doughty.
Weber.
Damn it. I should have
But
not
see,
named
hold
Weber.
on. Weber, you need because it's such a short burst tournament, World Juniors do this too. They usually...
Thomas Hickey was a captain for a World Junior team.
I know, but they usually,
They usually
either go
pick
with
the experienced guys.
either experienced or they go with a very outspoken guy. Drew Doughty's pretty good at that. Like, as in, I'm not saying he's
Is
multi.
Subban on the team? No, he's not.
No. See, I
Training
thought of
Subban.
Subban right away.
See, I think outside Taves, and we're really just talking who would get the other letter. My pick's Bergeron.
Wait.
My pick would have been Ben, but it's Bergeron.
You know what? No, I wasn't going to say. Is Keith on the team?
Yes.
He's not a captain, though, because he's
He's
his
a
NHL
dick.
stuff.
He's a douche. He's a dick.
Take it
He's
back.
our dick.
He's our day.
He's our Canada Day.
The only other one I could see.
Those jerseys look great.
This is.
I haven't seen them.
It's a bit of a maybe.
I just don't like the
Go,
flag.
Dan.
Bit left field, but Tavares maybe.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Oh,
That's a good
yeah.
one.
There's
Not
so
gonna-
see what's great about these teams is that every guy is a
It's
captain
good.
or assistant on their own team.
Here's the other
Oh,
thing.
speaking of,
Couture to replace Ben in the World Cup for Canada.
Dan did
because
call
he was
that.
injured.
Did call it. Quite
Okay, so last couple things before we sign off. Minnesota Wild changed their goal horn to a Prince song. I can't remember what the Prince song is now.
So there's no goal horn.
Or sorry, like
goal
their goal
song.
song
Oh,
What's the
to
song?
a Prince song. I can't remember what it is.
It's okay. That's
It's
awesome.
it's a Prince hit, nonetheless.
To
My
bring
question-
relevance, Prince is from Minnesota, so
So, and my question to you guys, if you guys could pick a song for your team, what would your goal song be for your team?
glorious.
Glorious.
Cam knows what I'm talking. Oh, you guys, you
it's
do
the
too.
Bobby Roode NXT theme, and yes, I will tweet it because it's in fact glorious.
Tweet
Okay.
his entrance.
Oh, I just watched it. They only have about
Huh.
a minute of it though, but I'll tweet it.
Okay, yours is glory. Actually,
How do you not get inspired by that?
every time they score, you're gonna hear glorious.
Yep.
Okay. Dan picks glorious.
Because you're never gonna give in until you're victorious. Because you're gonna keep.
Okay, I
scoring.
think about this all the time, and there's like a bunch of songs coming in my head. You know what?
It's tough.
Busy Earning by the band Jungle. That's an offshoot one, eh? I don't bet you haven't heard that one.
I don't
I
even.
probably
I don't
haven't.
even know what
Busy
song.
Earning, you can't give it up. I gotta
Okay.
tweet these. So
So here's the thing: is you want to find a goal song that is infuriating for opponents to hear, like the Chicago goal song. And then be epic, like Winnipeg's is. Give me like Hell Yeah by Red
They
Theory.
changed it. It's
Learn to fly.
shout.
Is
Oh
it Shout?
yeah, it's like because it was the Flyers used it the year before.
Oh, okay.
Jack
So
it
now
up.
it's Shout.
No, but what you need
But
is
Re-
crowd
the Ra-
participation.
yes.
Is what you need.
Underrated goal. The Rangers.
What is it?
They have a good one.
You don't
was
know
this-
because they only score a goal a game.
Yes, this is true. Well, Dan did a scouting report around
did.
that
He was
area,
there. He was
in
there.
the major New York area. He went to a Brooklyn game but couldn't see 3/4 of it.
Yeah.
Or
I
couldn't see a
did
quarter
not
of
go to a
it.
Brooklyn game.
I know,
That's
I'm joking.
False.
Not true.
I
No,
walked,
he was in the building.
I
but he
walked
didn't know
across the
what
bro-
event was
He
there.
didn't see it.
I walked across the Brooklyn Bridge. It was like going from Vancouver to Winnipeg. Manhattan is like beautiful downtown by the river, and then you get into Brooklyn, and it's like I feel like I'm in Winnipeg.
It's
You're
completely
by the
average.
ocean.
Completely average is what you're saying.
It's just there's not a ton of tall buildings. Everything looks older. At least the part I saw.
Walking down Logan Avenue.
Just saying.
Okay, Dan.
This
we're
is
great.
tough. Like I don't really.
I wish you would have given
like-
us homework to do this because I probably would have thought about it way more. Another one.
Hell Yeah is a good one by Rev Theory. I really like that
Fire.
one.
Greg's
See-
gonna pick "Photograph" by Nickelback.
No,
Look at this
fuck
photograph.
that. No. I was-
Okay, sorry.
I was thinking something tragically hip, but I'm like, there's nothing really like that. Like, they're obviously tragically hip has some great songs,
Yeah.
but there's nothing that like just pumps you up right away. I was thinking maybe something by the Foo Fighters.
And you got to keep it family themed too. Else I
Yeah.
totally would have gone Alexis on Fire, Drunk Lovers, Sinners, and Saints.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I think Red Theory, Hell Yeah, just because it was partly the BMS theme as well. I gotta go with that. I'm sure there's something that I could think of that would be better.
Good one for Winnipeg. One Great City by the Weakerthans.
That'd be hilarious.
I
Hey,
hate Winnipeg.
That's what Minnesota should have every time that they score. Too bad they don't know who the Weakerthans are.
Yeah, no one does.
Yeah, it'd be cool to like have something that like is a part of Winnipeg, but at the same time like
Good one for the Islanders right now. No Sleep Till Brooklyn by the Beastie Boys. That'd be a great one.
I'm sorry, like what do you know what the Boston Bruins is right now?
No.
I think Shipping Up to Boston has to be it.
Oh,
That would be
the
perfect.
Flyers
That's a
right
good one.
now have some like legit Tiesto made a remix of a song, and I think they outpaid him to make it. It's bad.
Oh really?
It's not good. It's
Oh.
not good.
Well, nothing like who made the terrible goal horn? Was it San Jose?
Oh,
Were they the one?
No, they had a goal horn contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had a remix of I know what you're talking about. Another one would be for a great just song, "One More Time" by Daft Punk. One more time. Dun, 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 dun. That'd be so good. That's a good one. I'm just trying to think of like my music right. It's Bombs Over Bag. No, you can't do that. Can't do that. That's so good though.
Holiday would be actually not bad, but Green Day.
That's true.
It gets everyone into it.
Or you would know "Winning" by A1. He's a rapper.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
You know what? That's our homework for this week. Like, we named it, and I'll tweet out the ones that Dan and I. What's yours for right now?
I'm going to go Holiday by Green Day.
Okay, Holiday Green Day. Okay.
I'm thinking I want something Guns N' Roses, though. I'm almost thinking Guns N' Roses. Maybe something...
Okay, next week, that's our homework for this week. Actually, do research and just give us an answer, and then I'll also tweet that one out. But Busy Earning would be great for just... You know what? Here, this will be your homework. Walkout song and goal song. Because my walkout song is 100% Busy Earning. Because it's just, when I listen to it, it just jacks me up every time.
I still think Heart of Courage by Two Steps from Hell.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, the Jets play that as their intro song for year one.
I think a great song for coming out to would be 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, get out of here! I know what you're talking about.
I know. I can't remember what
you
song
must
it was.
be.
This Is War.
You're a real joker.
Fuck you.
Boom! Jared
hate
Leto
you.
jokes right here. There you go, buddy. That is it. You got him.
I think that's...
Oh,
What?
just to troll everybody. John Cena's theme song. Your time is up, my time is down. Woo! You can't see me, my time is now.
Winnipeg comes out to that.
Now.
How funny would that be?
In case you forgot, I fell off and stood up, knock your shell off, my money stacked fat. Never mind.
The Winnipeg, and now your Winnipeg Jets.
He has a whole rap album there.
Yo, I got it. It's one of my favorites on Spotify.
From
Legit.
like 10 years ago.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Last thing I was going to mention was Cody Ceci signed a 2-year deal with Ottawa, 2.8 per. Another defenseman setting the bar for Jacob Trouba.
There you go. All right. I want to just wrap up real quick. Brandon Weekings are celebrating their 50th season this year, and instead of naming everyone, they overhauled all their coaches, and they got a new GM. And the GM, I'll name the GM, because everyone else is essentially staying on staff, and they hired Tyler Plant as goalie coach, former Weeking. Their new GM is Grant Armstrong. If you know junior hockey, you might ring a bell. You two probably don't. Assistant GM. The last 4 years, he's been assistant GM and director of player personnel for the Victoria Royals, who are quite the powerhouse. Before that, he worked for he was a, what's it called? What was he?
Director of player ops?
He was one of the main scouts for the Portland Winterhawks. And he was the guys.
So the guy that got Brennan Leipzig and Nick Patan
the guy who drafted. Yeah.
If there's one thing to know about this guy's drafting style, if you're under 5'9", you got a spot.
Yeah, he's very
Perfect.
good. Otherwise, they overhauled their whole. Everyone got promoted within the organization, which is great because Kelly McCrimmon, owner, is now assistant GM of Vegas.
Okay.
And I didn't realize that the Weekings have been a team for 50 years, which is awesome because my other favorite hockey team is also celebrating their 50th year this year, the Flyers, and their new alternates. I saw bits and pieces of the picture, white. With orange shoulders, like hockey's college
I actually
style.
like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen just the
Are
shoulder.
they getting
arm
an
part.
outdoor game this year?
Yeah,
They're playing Chicago?
Aren't they playing Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Chicago
No,
plays...
I'm sure they're playing Chicago because Chicago plays every year.
No,
Oh, sorry, they're playing
Chicago plays St. Louis.
Oh, that's right. Okay, Chicago, because they have to have an outdoor game.
Actually,
and
that
It's
is
just Chicago
and then
Blackhawks. They have to have an outdoor
Toronto
game.
plays Detroit. In Toronto?
Toronto plays...
Montreal.
Toronto plays no one. They don't get a game. Do they?
Yeah, they do. They
Really?
have an outdoor game this year,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
January 1st. It's a
January 1st.
Centennial Classic. It's
Yeah.
against Detroit, isn't it?
It might be against... I don't know if it's Detroit. It's Detroit or Montreal. I can't remember.
Okay, let us home. Send us home.
Check us out on Twitter at LastManNPC. All of our Twitter links are there. If you want to email the show, lastmaninpc@gmail.com is how you do it. If you want to download the podcast, check it out wherever you get your podcasts from, whether that be iTunes or Google Play. We're in both those places. Also, you can watch us on YouTube. Last Man In Podcast is how you get to that. And last but certainly not least, thank you all for listening this week, and we will see you next week.